You don't need a lot of money or a fancy setup to make your home and your office cozier. You actually just need to use the 5 senses method, which is exactly what it sounds like. So my theory is if we're only focused on what we can see in our spaces, that's only 1/5 of the equation. So today I'm going to walk you through my version of the 5 senses method in my workspace, and I'll show you one free way to make it cozier and then one paid way to make it cozier. My goal is that you can take what works for you and leave the rest, and we can all build a cozier life together. I know we already all focus on sight, but we'll start here because it's easy. There's actually a lot we can do visually though Just hit the mic. There's actually a lot we can do visually for free in our spaces. First, clean your space. Take the trash out, get any cups from yesterday off your desk, vacuum or sweep, dust, whatever you need to do to make it clean and pristine. That actually plays a little bit into touch because walking on a floor that's like a little gritty, you can tell. Another free option that we don't all have, but if you do is the best, is to use as much natural light as possible. I hate this big overhead light with a burning passion. I have beef with the overhead light. It feels wrong. So I use natural light as much as humanly possible. There's actually a window right behind you, and it makes me so happy. If you don't have natural light though, or you work at night because the sun's not always out, this is where the paid option comes in. My recommendation for a cozier desk on a budget is investing in lighting that you actually like. That's why I have Froggy over there, and back there I have the fill light that I use for filming, but I also just use to illuminate this space in the evenings. The next sense is smell, and the free way to make your office smell better, smell cozier, is to air it out. So you can open a window, open a door, get the air moving. If you live in a place with terrible air quality, you don't have a window, getting a fan in the room can accomplish some of the same thing. But a cheap paid way to make your office smell better is to pick a candle you like. This eucalyptus mint from Bath & Body Works is my favorite smell ever, and I'm really proud of myself. Look, I'm almost done with it. I've never actually finished a candle before. But real talk, next time I buy a candle, I want to support a small business. Bath & Body Works doesn't need my money. So if you have any recommendations, hit them in the comments, please. There's an even more expensive option for smell that I haven't invested in yet, but someday it'll happen. I want to get one of those fancy Dyson air purifiers and stick it in the corner. It's on the list for someday. We've done sight and smell. Next is touch. Wear clothes that you find comfy and cozy and easy to wear. Also, wrap yourself in a blanket that you already have. I'm actually sitting on a blanket right now because it is cold. It's so cold. Send help. The touch sense that I personally think is the most important investment you can make in your workspace is a good office chair. I spent 2, maybe even 3 years working from a kitchen chair, and I didn't realize how much that was messing me up until I switched to the desk chair I have now. This doesn't have to be a crazy investment. I know people spend thousands on desk chairs, but this one that I have now would have been like $99 at Office Depot. And I say would have because I actually found it by the dumpster when one of my neighbors was moving out. So win. Also, desk chairs, check Facebook Marketplace, but also your local municipal auction site. A lot of times the cities will be trying to get rid of a bunch of office supplies, and I've seen chairs listed for as low as like $15. Next up is sound. If you're watching this video right now, you have access to something that can pull up an ambient music playlist. Right now, I'm really into those cyberpunk rainy afternoon vibe videos. There's a million of them. I'll link a couple of my favorites in the description, but pick a vibe, any vibe. Cyberpunk, medieval, coffee shop jazz, I don't know, Enya. Do what works for you. Soft music in the background to drown out all those random noises that come from your home and your neighbors and the world. That's just one way to stay a little cozier. If you want to improve your workspace sound and spend a little money to do it, invest in a bit of soundproofing. I put some foam sound panels from Amazon right here behind my microphone to catch some of the echo while I'm recording. And one of these days, I'm gonna do something about that glass door. I also want to get a rug for this room. I think it'll look really nice, and rugs can really dampen sound. If you have carpet, you're probably already good, but this room is just wood floor, Hard walls. We don't have a whole lot hung up yet. You've only lived here for 4 months. Should probably hang things on the walls. Whoops. Taste does have a place in building a cozier office space, and I'll give you 1 or 2 guesses what I'm gonna recommend. Okay, but for real, the free option, just have a glass of water nearby so your mouth doesn't get gross and all dry and then it tastes weird. I get that water's not technically free, but work with me here, okay? If you want to spend a little bit more, take some time and figure out what tea and coffee you actually really like and enjoy making. Today's beverage is the Crazelnut Blend by Bones Coffee. It's not sponsored. I just really like that they make whole bean decaf coffee. And speaking of decaf, if you want something that feels like a warm hug but doesn't make you jittery, herbal teas are a great option. But if you're not sure where to start, I've got a video ranking 5 different herbal teas and their tastes. Check it out.